welcome to another episode of EFPN, the Exertus Financial Partners Network, where we bring you the latest insights, innovations, and impact stories shaping the future of financial services. We're coming to you fresh off an electrifying event held right here at our headquarters in Milpitas, California, where Exertus hosted a live in-person training for dozens of industry professionals. The focus, our exclusive Infinity X solution. Infinity X isn't just another retirement product. It's a revolutionary approach to helping individuals protect their savings from some of the biggest threats in retirement: rising taxes, market volatility, and outliving their money. This training brought to light strategies most people don't even know exist, like how to create continuous tax-deferred guaranteed income for life. And the response? Absolutely game-changing. We had life insurance agents, financial strategists, and field leaders walk away with new clarity and confidence, ready to serve their clients with the kind of solutions that can truly transform a family's financial future. At Exertus, we believe financial freedom shouldn't be left to chance. With Infinity X, we're putting power back in the hands of everyday people so they can retire on their terms. Stay tuned for our next segment, Exertus Insider, where we'll sit down for an exclusive interview with one of our key leaders behind the movement. But before that, we'll take a brief commercial break. Welcome to another series of the Exertus Insider. We have a very special guest here, someone that I highly respect, Tio, the PhD Ortiz. Welcome to have you, Tio.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Tio, we just want to know a little bit about your background. We've heard a lot about your success, but we just want to know, just who Tio Ortiz really is. You ready for some of these questions?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Question one, tell us a little bit about where you were born and raised, and maybe a little bit about your childhood.
Yes, I was born in Mexico. I was raised in Mexico, and I came here when I was 17 years old, and then I went back to Mexico. I stayed there for 2 years, and I realized that it's very different, so I came back when I was 19, and that's when I stayed here, and since then I haven't been back. Just to visit.
It's awesome. So you arrived here when you were 17 years old.
Yes.
And tell us a little about maybe how old were you when you had your first job, and what was that first job?
If I remember correctly, I was about 8 or 10 years old, around there. It was about making bricks to build houses, because in Mexico you build houses with bricks.
Right.
And at that time I didn't know there was such a thing, child laboring. I didn't know that at that time. The worst thing about that is that I didn't get paid because the boss used to he used to like to drink, so he drank the money and he never paid me.
Wow.
My dad was so mad about that.
Interesting. Work for free. Child labor.
Yes.
Wow. And what about your family? Can you share with us a little about your family?
Yes. Now I have a beautiful wife. I have a beautiful daughter and handsome son. My daughter, she's in college. My son, he's working now. They're already older because my first child was when I was like 21.
Right.
He was born. And we live a good life, a nice life. Yes.
Awesome. Some of the listeners want to know, how old were you when you got into entrepreneurship?
And when did you decide to become an entrepreneur?
I didn't know about this thing that you could really, if you don't have education, you can really make something out of yourself.
Right.
And when I learned about this was in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about network marketing, how you can create residual income and all those things. That was in 2006. And since then, I like the idea of really working for yourself and not having a job that you go every day 8 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock you come home and traffic and deal with traffic and all that stuff.
Right.
Since 2006, I learned about this, and I started the industry or this kind of business, and I liked it since then.
Right.
Yes, that's when I.
And maybe take us through kind of from entrepreneur to how you stumbled upon the insurance industry.
It's funny because when after I learned that, I took my real estate license actually in 2007, 2011. I took my real estate license because I said I want to be my own boss. I don't want to work for somebody. I want to make money for myself. But it's a little bit different than what we do now. When I realized that someone introduced me to the financial service industry, and they explained to me, first of all, about the product.
Right.
I said, man, this is good stuff. Why no one knows about this?
Mm.
And then they explained to me about different ways to get paid. And I got excited about that. I said, oh, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
How come a lot of people don't do this? This is different. And yeah, but that was about around 2006 when
Right.
I got introduced
Right.
to this kind of businesses.
Would you say your career so far in financial services has been positive, has been negative, in between? What would you say that experience has been?
My experience, my personal experience, because it's all in the mind, right?
Right.
But my personal experience is been 100% positive, because you put in, you will get out what you put in.
Right.
So if you really work, it's gonna work for you.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I'm in this, and I'm excited to share this with people that would like to do the same
Right.
as what we do, because this is incredible.
Yeah.
Many people don't know about this, so that's the thing.
Right.
We had to share this thing with
Mhm.
people.
Today, you're an executive vice president, a very prestigious title and role you play in building this company, Exertus, and into the future. Tell us, how did you find out about Exertus?
I got introduced to Exertus in 2016. I was already in the financial service industry, but in 2016, May 4th, I believe it was,
Okay.
I got introduced to Exertus Financial Partners. And since then, I really saw, how different is working with the right people. When you have the right mentor, when you have the right partners to work with, everything changes when you find the right people to work with. And I'll tell you, Exertus has the best thing for anybody that would like to do this kind of work or service to people.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about
Awesome.
what we do.
Well, Tio, this has been a lot of fun. Can you just tell some of the listeners in the audience here, where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years in this company?
I get excited about this because in the next 3 to 5 years, Exertus Financial Partners, we are different, we are divergent, and I'm excited about this because there's no limit to where we can be. But I'm gonna share, about myself. But anyone can do this, and we really can leave a legacy. And if you work on a job, you don't want to leave your job to your family. But if you work with Exertus, you will leave a legacy. So what does that mean? You can leave money to your family coming in. So this is incredible for people that would like to be part of Exertus. And I'm excited about that. That's where I see my, leaving a legacy, pretty much.
That's powerful. That's very powerful. Here's a fun one for you. I'm going to throw it at you, Tio. Why do they call you El Chapo?
Well, El Chapo have tunnels.
Mm-hmm.
And in our business, we do funnels to promote our business. So I guess that's what that comes from. That's what they call me El Chapo, because it's similar. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I love it. Absolutely. Who knows? Well, this has been an eventful Exertus Insider. What I love and respect the most about you is you have the title PhD. To most people, they think, wow, Tio has a doctorate degree, an actual PhD. But little do you know, guys, PhD stands for Public High School Diploma. This individual has all the heart to win, not really all the other stuff that most people think it takes to win. So with that being said, thank you so much, Mr. Ortiz, Executive Vice President, for an incredible interview. And stay tuned to our next Exertus Insider. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, team, it's that time again. We're thrilled to spotlight EFPN's top 5 players of the week. Let's jump right into the rankings. Starting us off in 5th place is Andras Colatzo, making a powerful impression with stellar personal production and showing he's a rising force in the field. In 4th place, making his first ever appearance on the leaderboard, is Ewald Berger. Ewald has shown exceptional effort in personal production while fueling impressive growth within his agency. Claiming the 3rd spot is the Pegasus Nora Pascua de Jesus, a consistent standout who continues to raise the bar with remarkable results and agency-wide momentum. At number 2, we have the unstoppable Pang Tumali. Her unwavering commitment to excellence and leadership has been an inspiration to all. And now, taking the number 1 spot for the week, we have the great Martha Selly. With her unmatched drive, consistent leadership, and standout performance, Martha continues to lead by example and inspire greatness all across the board. Huge congratulations to our top 5 players of the week. The energy is high and the momentum is just getting started.